I remember my first pay was like 800 and something pounds. And
In the
from that
month?
800 and something pounds, I'm supposed to pay rent. I'm supposed
Yes,
to pay the
please.
deposit for the
Mm-hmm.
house. I'm supposed to send home. I'm supposed
Mm-hmm.
to buy myself groceries. I'm supposed to pay my bills and everything.
Yeah.
I had to ask my parents to send me money back from my country
Oh my
because the
goodness.
800 pounds I wasn't able to make ends meet. There is nothing like, oh, I was a CEO, oh, I was a
Yeah.
tutor, oh, I
Trust.
was. You go
Trust me.
down the ladder to the very, very bottom,
Trust
and
me.
if you are not humble, it's going to frustrate you. You are going to be cleaning bums, you are going to be feeding people,
Mm-hmm.
and in your mind, just always tell yourself, I am cleaning this bum. It is what is going to put food on my table,
Oh
because
God,
that
I
is
love
what puts
that.
food on your table.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I brought a very special guest. As you can see, I know some of you already know her here on the street of YouTube, but she is the one and only Purple. And guys, this lady is the gem. Forget it. She is the gem. If you don't know her yet, or you are not subscribed to our channel yet, or you've not been following her, trust me, you're missing out. You are missing out. The way she speaks, the information she gives, like it's just real. One thing I love about China is that she keeps it real. No faking, not trying to soften it. She keeps it very real and tells you as it is. So today we are going to be doing something very different, and we are going to be talking about the reality, untold truth of living in the UK. Because trust me, there are a lot of things I experienced when I came to the UK. As many of us, we came with different expectations that, oh, when I come here, before you know, after 2 months, oh, I will send money back to my parents. They will build me big mansion, I will buy cars, I will build
Mhm.
houses, I will have businesses, So I brought Popo here. So we're just going to talk like a discussion,
Mhm.
and not like I'm not going to be asking any question. This is like a discussion. We're going to
Yeah.
be telling you guys, most of you aspirants are looking to come to the UK soon, to lower your expectation, because trust me, a lot of things to be said in this video. So welcome to the channel, lovely lady. Could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Clara. My name is Pauline Popomoyo. I'm a UK RN and I've been living and working in UK. Basically, I can say 5 years because January
Wow.
I'll be 5 years here in the UK.
Wow.
And I live in Northern Ireland and I
Yeah,
love
Northern
where I
Ireland.
live. The Northern Ireland babes in the house.
Yes, so
Mm.
ah, Northern Ireland for forever. I love Northern Ireland so much. I've
Yeah.
been telling them that they
Mhm.
should come to Northern Ireland. I don't know why most of them keep searching job in England. I just feel Northern
Yeah.
Ireland is the safest place, cheapest place to live and to even, earn money and save money, because you're not really
Mm.
paying like too many bills.
Yeah.
So before I start diverting,
Mm.
so you've been here for almost 5 years now,
Mhm.
and the first year that you came here, or should I say the first month you came here, what were your expectation coming
Well,
from
when
you're
I
an
first came to
African?
UK, I
Yeah.
mean, like we always have these expectations that when I come to UK, I'm going to be all fly, I'm going to be Nicki
Oh,
Minaj, I'll be having all the money. Within the
ooh.
first year, I'm going to buy a Mercedes Benz, I'm going to be sending my parents money, I'm going to be building
Oh,
back home. Because we're looking at a situation, we're looking at people who came like 1992, whereby
yeah.
£50 used to buy a
Mm-hmm.
house. And I was thinking,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm going to come this side, maybe probably a
Yeah.
house is £150. I got the shock of my life because even the rent is not even £150. So you
At
really
all.
have to be prepared, because when you come here, depending on what job you're going to be doing,
Yeah.
the rent is going to take chunk of your money.
Oh,
That is the
trust
number one
me.
thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it is important when you're coming to UK, you choose an appropriate place. I'm
Yeah.
not saying there are places which are not appropriate, but there are places that I can say do not go to those places.
Yeah.
If you look at, I like comparing England and Northern Ireland, or let
Yeah.
me say London and Belfast as
Yeah.
the capital cities. If you look at London, rent is 60% higher than in Northern
Definitely.
Ireland. If
Mm-hmm.
you look at London, for example, basic things like transport, here you can
Mm-hmm.
pay £50 for the whole month. Yet
Yeah.
in London it's £150 for the whole month. And
Yeah.
if you look at London, like right now, the only thing which is more expensive in
Yeah.
Northern Ireland than in London is just a loaf of bread. So you have, oh yes,
It's
that's
so
the only,
funny. It's
that
so
is the
funny.
only most expensive thing, because it's like it's more expensive by 20p, but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that all loaves of bread are that expensive. You can even get a loaf of bread for
Yeah.
38p here in Northern
Hmm.
Ireland, but it is the only most expensive things. It's
Yeah.
the only most expensive thing here in
Yeah.
Northern Ireland. So you really have to be mindful where you choose to go, because imagine a difference of 60% rent. You know,
Hmm.
the first time, like when you come here, if let's say you're coming in as a nurse, we all start working as healthcare assistants before we
Yeah.
get
Hmm.
paid the nurse's salary. And you only get, I think, I remember my first pay was like 800 and something pounds. And
In the
from that
month.
800 and something pounds, I'm supposed to pay rent. I'm supposed
Yeah.
to pay the
Feed.
deposit for the
Hmm.
house. I'm supposed to send home. I'm supposed
Hmm.
to buy myself groceries. I'm supposed to pay my bills and everything.
Yeah.
I had to ask my parents to send me money back from my country,
Oh my
because the
God.
£800 I wasn't able to make ends meet. So expectations versus reality, you'll be
Yeah.
disappointed when you come here to UK with great expectations. You know,
Hmm.
expect to like struggle the first few months until you find your feet. That's the
Yeah.
reality on the ground.
Yeah. I think should be the first in the first year, not few. You know, when you say few months, people will be like, okay, after 3 months, I will just suffer
No, no,
small,
no.
and before you know, start enjoying. It should be the first year because
Yeah.
it's not easy. So you
Mm-hmm.
actually came here with the skilled worker visa, do you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just imagine that you're
Mm-hmm.
coming here now with a skilled worker visa. It's like, should I say, a little bit harder for you to actually
Mm-hmm.
find your feet. Unlike me that
Mm-hmm.
came here with a greener pasture. Even though I came
Mm-hmm.
with a greener pasture, I'm still complaining, eh? I am
Mm-hmm.
still feeling the impact, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
like she has said, Papa has said that it's not really easy. So that you should weight your expectation versus
Mm-hmm.
reality.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us we come here with expectations. Me,
Mm-hmm.
like I already told you guys from the beginning. But
Mm.
when you come here, just leave those stuff. Whatever
Yeah.
you are back in your home, president daughter or princess or whatever you are, just put that one aside. Put it
It
aside
doesn't
and
work
just be
here.
humble.
Whether you are chief, whosoever, or king, what? I remember a colleague of mine was saying, in my village, I'm the priest. Like, no one cares about your priest, whatever here. When you come here, you have to humble yourself.
Yeah,
Like, you really have to
true.
de-roll, because some of us, for example, when I came here, I used to be a tutor. I
Oh,
cannot come here to Northern Ireland and start having that tutor attitude, because,
yeah.
like, if you're a tutor, you're at the top of the food chain there, and you are ordering people around and so forth.
Yeah.
When
Hmm.
you come to UK, there is nothing like, oh, I was a CEO, oh, I was a
Yeah.
tutor, oh, I
Trust.
was. You go
Trust.
down the ladder to the very, very bottom,
Trust
and
me.
if you are not humble, it's going to frustrate you.
It's going
It's
to
really going to frustrate
frustrate.
you. So you
Yeah.
really have to be prepared to de-roll whatever position, whether CEO, whether chief,
Yeah.
whether president. When you're here
Yeah.
in UK, you
Yeah.
start from the very bottom.
Mhm.
You see?
You know,
Mm.
like you said, I actually struggled with that because where I'm coming
Mm.
from, although I wouldn't say I'm a prideful person, I'm humble, but I have a little bit of should I say not really pride per se, but I've
Mm.
always been someone that people do more for or something like that,
Yeah.
because from where I'm coming from, I've always
Mm-hmm.
been this person that is always ahead of everybody, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
amongst my peers, financial wise, and
Mm-hmm.
every other thing. So I used
Mm-hmm.
to be the one helping people, carrying people along. When I came to this UK, my sister,
It humbled you.
I had to I had to humble myself, and I
Mm.
found out that when I started putting myself here instead of there,
Mm-hmm.
my life became more better and easier.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
if I go to the work, I will come back home crying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm frustrated because I feel like,
Because you're
oh my goodness,
expecting
these people
people to
they don't
put you in
value
that
me.
pedestal.
Yeah, yeah,
Doesn't
you
work
know,
in the UK.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something they will tell me to do something. I'll feel like, oh, they're commanding me or they're being disrespectful to me. I'll be like, why is
Mm-hmm.
this one telling me to do this?
Yeah.
But I was trying to talk
Yeah.
back at them and say, oh, why would I do that? Why don't you go and do that? You are on shift before me. Why don't you fill this
Yeah.
paperwork? This and
Yeah.
that. But when I
Mm-hmm.
started shutting my mouth and humility, I'm like, okay, I'm just here. After work,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to my loved ones. I'm going back to my family, my
Mm-hmm.
life
Mm-hmm.
is easier. So that is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Please be humble. Be
Yes.
humble, very
Yeah.
humble. Put your
Yeah.
expectation behind. If I throw it
Mm-hmm.
through the window, leave that one, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the work role aspects,
Mm-hmm.
what can you give to people intending coming to the UK? What advice can you give to them?
In
Because
terms of work,
yeah, because
well,
most people
guys, you
think,
see,
yeah,
the thing is, I talk of the healthcare assistant jobs. People come here to do healthcare assistant jobs. They think like, oh, they're going to be working in the office.
yeah,
You find it funny, but I tell you guys, when I say poo is your everyday bread and butter, someone are saying, why are you saying poo is your everyday bread and butter?
it's so
I mean,
funny.
you change 15, 20 pads with poo. I remember
Hmm.
I was working with someone who relocated as a healthcare assistant using this health and care worker
Yeah,
visa and was
yeah,
doing a different job. Like I will not mention the job so
yeah,
that the person does not know that I'm talking about them. Was doing a different job in their country.
yeah.
Now we are working together.
Hmm.
Can't even wipe the bum. I
Yeah,
mean, bum. We are bum cleaners here. It doesn't matter whether you're a nurse or you are. We are bum cleaners. You have to clean that bum. Was
yeah.
busy handing over all the wipes to me. Say, "Oh, I've
Mhm.
never cleaned." You have never cleaned. If you have never cleaned, start
What are you
practicing
doing
now.
here?
I don't know where
Yeah,
you're going to practice, but
yeah.
here,
You
poo
must
is your
clean.
everyday bread and butter.
You
Every day
must
you'll be
clean,
seeing
Bob.
poo, morning to sunset.
Mm.
Sometimes it's if you don't humble yourself, because I remember sometimes you'd be questioning yourself, so I really left my office job to come and be cleaning bums.
Trust me.
Cleaning bums is what puts the food on the
On
table,
your
and you
table.
have to learn to love it. You
Yes.
see, if you don't humble yourself, you have a tough time. Because I know
Yeah.
people who have come to UK, they were teachers, they phoned me, they told me, Pauline, I cannot handle this. I am going back. And they packed and they went back. So
Yeah.
don't expect that when you come here, you're going to be cleaning, you're going to be taking temperature,
Yeah.
such minor things like you're
Yeah.
going to be doing
Just
that.
wear your uniform and be
No.
walking all around the
Oh
apartment.
no, that's not the reality. You're going to be cleaning bums, you're going to be feeding people,
Mhm.
you're going to be
Mhm.
see it's not the dead work. You have to
Yeah.
love that
Yeah.
work because
Yeah.
that is what you signed up for. So you'll be seeing pool day in, day out, 15 because like if you look at how many times do we change pads per day?
Mhm.
Every 3 hours. So
Yeah.
every 3 hours we guarantee that you're going to be seeing number two and be
Trust
changing
me.
number two, and in your mind, just always tell yourself, I am cleaning this bum. It is what is going to put food
Good.
on my table.
Oh
Because
God,
that
I
is
love
what puts
that.
food on your table.
I
You see?
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you don't clean,
Mhm.
who's going to put food on your
Yeah.
table? That is the only job which is going to put food on your
Yeah.
table. So
And reason why most
appreciate
people are
it.
finding it very difficult now, most people that
Mm-hmm.
just came in with the care assistant visa are
Mm-hmm.
finding it very difficult to sustain that job because
Mm-hmm.
not some of them came from back from the country, mostly Nigeria, for instance, with this
Mm-hmm.
attitude like, oh, I'm too big attitude, or
Mm-hmm.
we call it shakara. If you know what
Mm.
shakara is, like, you're doing fashion guy, those girls. So
Yeah.
they come here and they are to start cleaning pool and they'll be like,
Mm.
oh my goodness, I can't.
Mm.
And like you
Mm-hmm.
said, it takes humility to actually do
Yeah.
those kind of job. So some of
Yeah.
them, before you know, they will start misbehaving. I've heard of about 2 cases now
Mm-hmm.
of girls that came in from Nigeria to the UK to do
Mm-hmm.
this care job. They were sent back home
Yeah.
because they couldn't do it. Not because they
Yeah.
were not, they couldn't just do it. I'm like, what? You
Mm-hmm.
see? Reason why
Mm-hmm.
people care homes are finding it very difficult these days to even recruit from overseas anymore.
Yeah.
So
It's because the problem is people want to use this route as a stepping
yeah,
stone. If you use this route as a stepping stone, be prepared for what comes with this route. Because if
yeah,
you just use it as a stepping stone and when you get there you do nothing, I know
yeah.
people who've been sent back or who have had their visa cancelled because they failed probation. If you fail your probation, if you're not doing your work, because if you're working with us, we're also going to be assessing you. And it becomes very difficult for us because if you're not doing your work, which means who are you expecting to be doing your work? Because
Yeah.
let's say we're working, the two of us, if you're not going to be cleaning the pool and everything, are you expecting me to be the
Me
one
too.
who's going to give the
Yeah.
medication to residents and then
Yeah.
come back and start cleaning them and everything? Because you are standing there, you are doing this and saying, I cannot clean the pool and everything.
Yeah.
No, you have to humble yourself and know why you came here. You use
Yeah.
it as a stepping stone, but you came as a healthcare assistant. So
Assistant.
do
Yeah.
the duties of a healthcare assistant. It's
Exactly.
not easy, but you have to do them. You have no choice.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm really enjoying this conversation. Like, it's so beautiful. I'm enjoying it, you know. It's not like something you
Yeah.
have to go on
Mm,
research and start thinking
mm,
and making sure you say the right words. You know, this is like a
mm.
day-to-day lived experience we've
Yeah.
gotten here in the UK. So we want to tell you
Mm.
guys, we want to fill you guys in. So when you come here, you're not going to make some of the mistakes that we made. I'm talking about
Yeah.
that. What are
Mm,
the mistakes you made when you came to the
mm.
UK for the
There are
first
things
time?
like, the disciplining of kids. Do you
Oh,
know when we come from our African cultures,
yeah.
we smack not
Yeah,
sense into them. We smack them
yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
put sense into them. Here in UK, you smack a kid, you will
You're
be
in
in
such
trouble.
trouble.
So a lot of people I know my Nigerian friends and we have had friends who have had their children taken away because of
Okay.
smacking the kids. When you
Yeah.
come here to UK, you expect that, oh, I'm going to be disciplining my kids the way that I discipline them at
Mm-hmm.
home. I'm going to be using a cane, I'm going to be using a belt.
Mm-hmm.
It does not work here in UK. You get
Yeah.
so frustrated because sometimes a child angers you and they teach you that, oh, send them to the naughty corner. Don't
Mm-hmm.
have to yell at them.
Yeah.
Don't have to shout at them.
Take the
Why am I
iPad.
going to knock sense into you if I'm not going to shout? You get it? So
Yeah.
you have to force yourself to, like I always say, there's no such term, but I always say you have to un-Africanize yourself,
Yeah.
which means you have to take that African bit out of you and
Sabi.
conform to the UK laws, how they deal with their kids. Instead of
Yeah.
saying, oh, I'm going to send you to the naughty corner, but deep inside you'll be boiling.
Oh my goodness. That's so real.
Yeah.
And I think kids these days, I think they know that you
Yes.
can't do nothing to them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
they know because
Mm-hmm.
they tell them this in school. So when they
Yeah.
come home and they start bringing those tantrums, it will not be double of what they do give to somebody back in Africa. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
when they come here, it's like double because they
Mm.
know that, oh, mommy can't beat me. If she does, she's gonna enter into trouble. Like I had a
Yeah.
friend
Yeah. Mm.
that whose child told her that, oh, mommy, when you beat me, I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
to school and I'm gonna call the social service. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing, when you come here to UK, you know that you are expecting, oh, it's going to be all romantic. We are now
Oh,
in a new country. We
uh,
are going to be. There is no time for jiggy
no
jiggy, and when I
time.
mean jiggy jiggy, I mean time for intimacy with your partner,
And it
because
affects marriages a lot. Do you know that?
yes, that is the major, like a major problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Marriages are affected because people have to work. We work 12-hour shifts here.
Yeah.
And if you want to make ends meet, like when you come here, most of the time, maybe you get a 36-hour contract or a 44-hour contract. It is not enough to make ends meet.
No.
So, which means at the
Trust
end
me.
of the day, if you're a husband, if you're a wife, you're going to work 3, 4, 5 days
Two,
a week.
three job. I
Yeah,
work two jobs. You
you
know,
see? And if you're working two jobs, when do you get time for
no
jiggy
time.
jiggy with your
Yeah.
husband? There is no time for jiggy jiggy.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, marriages are strained,
Wow.
relationships are strained because
Mm-hmm.
there's no time for intimacy. People are busy working, 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 working.
Okay.
And we know that intimacy is an important part of a
Mm-hmm.
relationship. And
Yeah.
once it starts lacking, the relationship also gets
Yeah.
a bit shaky. That's why you
You,
see that there are a lot of divorces when people relocate
you're
to
right.
overseas. There are a lot of divorces, especially
Yeah.
here in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
The cases of divorce are alarming. So you have to be mindful of that and be able to create that special time for you
Yeah.
and your husband and say, let us have that day. Let us have a date night for the two of
Yeah.
us. Let us have
Mm.
a romantic night for the two of us. Because if you don't do that, who's going to do that for you? Your
Mm.
husband or your wife will end up looking for a second party who's
Mm.
going to fulfill that role for you.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
important that you prioritize that as well. When you're married, you have to make sure that you have
Yeah.
that special time for your partner, because there is no time here in the
Yeah.
UK. You're ever so busy.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
I'm in a lecture room. This part that we just set up now. I think I need to
Mm.
work on that. It's like I'm in a
You-
lecture room. Because trust me, we're just
mm,
here chasing
mm,
money, chasing money. We have bills to
exactly.
pay,
Mm,
electricity,
mm,
gas, rent.
mm-hmm,
We don't even have
mm-hmm.
time for ourselves anymore. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's not really healthy for relationship. So
Yeah.
guys, when you're coming here, just know, even no matter how you try, your
Mm-hmm,
marriage, your relationship, even if your husband or spouse or partner is back in Africa or wherever you're
mm-hmm.
watching from, it's gonna suffer. So if
Yeah.
you're coming with different expectation, like Papa said, oh, you're gonna be having
Oh no.
romance, jiggy jiggy, forget that. It's
No,
tough.
there is no romance here. It actually
Oh,
goes down through the window. Through
yeah,
the window it goes.
true.
So you really have to work on it, the two of you. Like, if
Yeah,
you don't work on it, believe me, you can just, after 6 months, ah, when was the last time we were intimate? Was it 6 months
yeah,
ago? Time just
yeah,
flies and you discover that,
yeah.
oh, you are destroying your marriage. There is no
Hmm.
closeness, there is no bonding, there is no what.
Yeah,
So it's important that you actually make time for such
you're right.
things, to keep
You're
your
right.
relationship intact.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I've really enjoyed this conversation, but unfortunately, we're going to call it a day, yeah? Okay?
Yeah.
I don't want this video to be too long. If not, we're going to be talking to you like Kingdom Come.
I'll go
And
on
thank you
and
so
on and
much.
on.
Thank you so much, Papa. Like, it's so amazing talking to you. I've always watched you on
Mm.
YouTube, on your channel, and I've admired you so much, the way you
Ah,
speak,
thank you.
much wisdom. And you said that you were once a tutor, and now I can see. Now I can see why you speak that way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to the channel. And guys, please go and subscribe to our channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, once you do that, you won't regret it at all. Our name
Ah,
is Moyo Popo, Abi.
yeah,
That's the name.
Polypopo Moyo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so please, I will be leaving the link to our channel in the description box. Please go and subscribe and tell her you're coming from Clara. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed this conversation. It's so
Oh, I
beautiful.
also
Thank
enjoyed the
you.
conversation. I wish you could go on and on and on.
All right, guys, see you tomorrow in my next video, and ensure to subscribe to my channel too if you still haven't subscribed, and like this video, okay? And ensure that all what we said today, it's in your brain, most especially
Yes.
you guys are coming here to the UK soon. Remove those expectations, and come to the UK and have peace of mind without those expectations, okay? So guys,
Yes.
bye bye.
Bye.